Hello and guten Morgan. No idea if I'm going to keep using that as intro, or rather, start using it, because this is the first time I've ever actually managed to say that. Yeah, I don't know if I should have some sort of intro or something. What would I even call you guys? Fledglings? Kohai? Watchers? I don't know. But anyway, I finally got around to playing The Uncle Who Works for Nintendo. After 3 separate tries. Wait, no, not 3 separate tries, 3 separate versions, and who knows how many tries of trying to get it to work. By the way, this is The Uncle Who Works for Nintendo, so let's begin. Okay. Restart from the beginning. I don't recall starting this. But okay. Yeah, it's a pick and choose adventure story. So that's cool. But, yeah. You're 11 years old. What is your best friend's name? Sarah? I don't think I've ever met a Sarah, but okay. Your best friend Sarah's invited you to a sleepover at her house this weekend. That's definitely never happened to me. We've been friends since 1st grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. You've never confirmed this, but you suspect the babysitter may charge extra when there are 2 kids. You sometimes feel like staying somewhere else is the only way you can help out. Okay, we're back to here. Moving on. On Friday night, you're home for only a few hours, long enough to pack, get in a fight with your younger sister. That's happened to me. Pack some more and watch some TV. At 6 sharp, you're standing on the sidewalk outside Sarah's house while your mom idles in her car nearby. She leans out the window to you. You behave yourself, okay? She says, as always. I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. Yes, Mom. Pick you up tomorrow at 3, she says again, as usual. Then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful, it's probably gonna rain. Kiss Mom goodbye. After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Sarah's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. I don't know why I'm talking with my hands right now. There's no way you can see that. You can see Sarah waving at you from her bedroom on the 2nd floor. Head inside. It is 6 p.m. Oh, there we go. I was worried I'd managed to break it again. You don't know what I went through to get this to work. No idea. Sarah's mom meets you just inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes, but you can drop stuff off in the den. You and Sarah are camping out there tonight. Dodge and go to the den. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch, a grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as gray as it was when your mom left. Apparently, I'm a bit more formal than this writing is. Oops. Framed pictures line the walls, and over the dark fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Sarah's dad shot years ago. And, of course, there's the big screen TV. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Sarah's house is than yours. Anyway, you drop your sleeping bag and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch, a grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you could see... I'm reading the same stuff. Hope the window isn't freaking out that I just scrolled down. I'll find out soon enough. Are you ready for dinner, she asked. Sure. Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Sarah's favorite meals, as her mother points out while piling a helping on your plate. You stay on the floor, cat. Don't jump up in here. Yeah, just a cat helping itself into the room. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, Sarah's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates you about how much trouble you and Sarah are getting into at school. Desserts is heaping bowls of ice cream drizzled in chocolate sauce. You can't even finish yours. Oop. Wait, that wasn't a beer at all. That's a glass of lemonade. Why would you even think it was a beer? Sarah's father doesn't drink alcohol. You're quite certain of that fact, now that you've remembered it. Well, whatever. Dinner passes quickly. Blah, blah, blah. Sips a lemonade. It's not beer anymore. It's a lemonade. That is a weird sound. Nope, it's definitely not. Around here, so I guess there's a weird sort of dog-like background noise going on right now. And that. Okay. Goodbye, cat. Okay. The grandfather clock in the den chimes. Oh, that's loud. Ow. You go along now, says Sarah's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, says Sarah. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. Sarah's room is immense. You stay in the den because the TV is larger there. But there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite the full-size bed. We'll take the 64 down first, says Sarah, heading toward her TV and opening the entertainment center cabinet. It's her prerogative, of course. Prerogative? She gets to choose what you play first, usually. But as Sarah begins unhooking the cords of the N64 from the TV, you catch sight of the other things she has in there. What is that sound in the background now? It's weird. It's like the wind's picking up or something. All the major stuff. An old SNES, a PlayStation, a Dreamcast, but some other things too. Things you don't really recognize. A large black box of green highlights, a smaller purple one. A strange white and yellow tower with what look like gloves resting on hooks on either side. A compact white cone. What are those? Sarah looks to the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, she says. They're pretty cool. I can't show them to you, though. They're still secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you suddenly remember. Her uncle. The uncle who works for Nintendo. Title drop. Oh, hi. Okay, that's video game sounds. Okay, no, not the time to panic. Yeah. Okay, that's weird looping. In the corner of the grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a nearby set of patio doors, you can see it's getting quite dark. Framed pictures line the walls. Sarah's parked in front of the large TV, playing something on the Nintendo 64. It's 7. Okay. Framed pictures? You look around the perimeter of the den, inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are family portraits from years past. Sarah cradled lovingly between her mother and father, or any one of the three on their own. A happy, tidy family. Okay. It began with Mew. What is that image? What am I looking at? I'm so confused. Well, show must go on? You didn't believe her at first, when Sarah came to school one day and told you she had finally caught Mew. Prove it, you said. So she pulled out her Game Boy and showed you. There it was, Mew, the 151st Pokemon, available only to players at promotional events, somehow unlocked on Sarah's game. It's really strong, she said. It KOs every enemy in one hit. Sarah demonstrated this claim at recess, when you and some other friends linked Game Boys to do battle. You were the first one down. No one else got a single hit on Sarah's Mew. You asked how Sarah managed to get it. In a few days, everyone had quit playing Pokemon at recess. The allure had faded. Well, I can understand that. Me, I'd be pretty put out if I always lost because someone had some special overpowered thing too. Oh, my uncle got a job at Nintendo, said Sarah. We were walking home together, past one of the construction crews. Sarah still lived next door to you at the time. There had been a storm not too long ago. Trees were down all over town. Buildings had collapsed. They were standing at an intersection with Sarah as a truck rumbled by, loaded up with ragged tree trunks. What a bad storm. Okay. You also got me this new Game Boy, said Sarah, pulling it out of her pocket. You hadn't noticed it earlier, but yes, Sarah now had a sleek new Game Boy Color. Until today, she had one of the old ones, a big gray brick like yours. This one's a special edition, said Sarah. Isn't it cool? You agreed. You snap out of your reflections. It's 7:30. Kitchen? You head toward the kitchen, thinking you may grab a soda from the fridge. On the way, you have to head for the dining room. Sarah's mom and dad are still there. The table hasn't yet been cleared, and they're still sitting in the exact same place as you left them. In fact, you realize they aren't moving at all. They sit there, completely still like mannequins. Sarah's dad is holding up his glass of lemonade, as if getting ready to take a drink. Sarah's mom has her head turned and her mouth slightly open, as if she froze immediately after you and Sarah left the dining room. Let's attempt contact, I guess. Are you okay? They don't respond. Thunder rumbles outside. They don't seem to notice. Please, are you okay? They aren't even blinking. You're in the empty kitchen. The dining room is behind you. You could grab something out of the fridge or exit through the back to return to the den. We came here for a snack. I guess we may as well grab something. Soda? You grab your snack and exit the kitchen. You head back to the den. The clock chimes. Indefinite and unfortunate Let's Player. Ow. You are in the den. Okay, it's ticking. There's pictures still. She's still playing video games. Tell Sarah about her parents. You tell Sarah what you saw. What? She asked, looking over her shoulder at you and pausing her game. Your parents are sitting in the dining room still. They're not moving. They're not even blinking. You sure? Says Sarah, frowning at you. How about they're just being weird? Give me a second. As she stands and moves out of the room, she points back at the 64. You can play my game if you want. I think I'm just gonna wait here. You stand alone in the den, listening to the wind outside and the chiming of the grandfather clock. You try to listen to the conversation Sarah must be having with her parents, but you don't hear anything. After a while, Sarah comes back. They look fine to me, says Sarah. Mom said she's going to bring us popcorn soon. Well, I saw them. Nice try for a prank, though, says Sarah, seemingly ignoring you. Oh, and one more thing, she says while she resumes her spot in front of the Nintendo. Thanks for sending me out then. Mom made me help her clean up after all. Special company. What? Oh, my uncle's coming to visit. Time passes. Oh. Click on the red text, Griffey. Derp. Okay. Lot of options. Call your mom. Passing hesitantly through the now empty dining room, you enter the kitchen, where the phone sits on the counter. Call Mom. You dial your mom's work number and wait. She picks up after 3 rings. Things are really weird here. What? What do you mean? Sarah's parents are acting really weird. What do you mean? Tell her everything, lie about something more plausible. Really, I'm normally not someone to lie, but I probably wouldn't expect anyone to believe something that crazy coming from me. You reduced the first lie you could think of. Sarah's parents are drunk, they're incredibly mean, and Sarah's dad is carrying out his hunting rifle and bragging about the set of antlers in the den. Mom is silent. You wear this night be as plausible as you fought. Yeah, that's a bit much. Right, she says. You can't tell if she believes you. She sighs heavily. Of course, she says. I'll call the sitter. She'll probably be there in an hour. Now, really, I have to go. She hangs up. Return to the den and pack your things. The clock chimes as you enter the den. Sarah doesn't even look away from the TV as you come in. I think it'd be about 8 now, wouldn't it? Well, I'll be polite and tell her I'm leaving. What? Sarah stands up, not even bothering to pause the game. No, you can't leave. It's almost time. Almost time for what? You can't go, says Sarah, ignoring your question. There's so much stuff I had planned for tonight. I was gonna let you play the next Zelda game, the one that's not even out yet. Before you can say anything, she is already running upstairs. Sarah continually runs up and down the stairs, bringing you games and consoles while you pack up your things. Every time she presents something new, you ignore her or brush it off with an uncaring shrug. Please, Sarah says, just stay. Stay the night. Please. Outside you hear a car horn honk. No, you say. If your night bag slung over one shoulder, you march to the front door and exit into the night. As you walk to the sitter's car, you see your little sister in the back seat, still in her pajamas. The sitter, a high school girl who lives down the street from you, looks incredibly unhappy to be here, but you think you'll be able to handle her. As you climb into the car, you cast one last look over your shoulder, back to the house. Sarah is standing in the doorway, totally still, not screaming, not crying, not doing much of anything. The car begins to pull away from the house, and as you watch, you see her parents appear in the doorway behind her. Wave. Without acknowledging you, Sarah's parents lay their hands on her shoulders. You recognize in their movements something unnatural, something stiff and mechanical. They turn Sarah back into the house, and the door closing just as everything slides out of view. What's this image? When you turn around in your seat to look out the back window, you can't even see the house's lights. Sarah doesn't show up at school on Monday, or Tuesday, or Wednesday. On Thursday, you ask your teacher, Mr. Scott, where Sarah is. He blinks at you confusedly. Oh, he says eventually. Sarah, well, I'm surprised she didn't tell you about this, but she and her family moved away. The house is empty when you ride your bike by that afternoon. It somehow seems even larger without anything or anyone in it. A for sale sign stands in the yard out front. Go home. You never see Sarah again, and eventually, as the years pass, you forget about her entirely. End. Well, that's one ending, I guess. Oop. Not sure which one, though. Oh, presumably the one where, like, screw this, I'm getting out of here, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to this, because this is almost 20 minutes already, and we've barely scratched the surface from my understanding of this game. So yeah, that's it for now, and I hope to see you next time, and goodbye for now.